Hey guys, so I am here to do my what is it? My birth story of delivery, or my delivery story for her, and her 2-week update and my 2-week update. So I'm just gonna put them all in one video together. This is little Penelope Rose for people who haven't seen her yet. She was born on August 21st at 7:06 a.m. in the morning. Let's start with the delivery story. So, man, that whole like 4 days building up to the 21st, I kept thinking that my water had broke, or well, that my water was leaking. So we kept going back. We went back a couple of days. We have it in a couple of videos, just to get checked, because I kept thinking, and they just kept telling me that it was probably a little bit of pee. I know that's gross, but they said it was either probably a little bit of pee or like discharge that, was coming, because every time they would do the test, it would come back negative, that it wasn't my water. I had some contractions, but I didn't know I was having them. They actually, once they hooked me up to the machines, those 4 days prior, in between those days, they kept telling me, like, you're having contractions, and I was like, no, I didn't know. But leading up to that, before that, at my appointment that I had before that, August 7th, I believe, I had an appointment. Well, he scraped my membrane. So he went in and just kind of like scraped around. And then a couple of days after that, I did start to have the contractions, and that's when I started to feel like my water was leaking. And they said that sometimes when doctors scrape your membrane, it can cause like false contractions. So just a bunch of annoying contractions that seem like they are active labor contractions, but they aren't doing anything. And that's kind of what happened. So I was having the contractions, but I was staying at 2 centimeters, almost 3, like a small 3, high 2 is what they were saying. Within those 4 days, though, I kept going back, and they would check for my water. It would be nothing. And then they checked me on August 17th. I went in August 17th, and that's when they told me, like, you're going to either probably have this baby no later than tomorrow, which August 18th, which was my birthday. And I really didn't want to have her on my birthday, but at that point I was like, well, if this was going to happen, I guess we're sharing a birthday, because they thought that I was going to have her, because I was showing a bunch of contractions, and I was still at the 3. They said if I had got to 3, they said if I would have been a little bit further into 3, they would have went on and admitted me. But I was at like a low 3, and I was 75% effaced. So they sent me home again. Then for those next couple of days leading up to the 21st, I walked every day. And I kind of just stopped stressing off of it so much. I just was like, forget it. I'm just gonna just do the things I need to do. Still utilize this time that the baby's still in me to do things I need to do, get everything together. So we used that time. We still didn't have a car seat, so we used that time. We bought a car seat. I bought everything else I needed, washed everything I needed. And on the 20th, Thursday, I just felt really, really wet again. Like literally I felt the panty liner I had on was wet, my underwear were wet, and my pants were a little damp. And I was like, man, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back if it's not the real thing. So I just did the whole day, and then we picked the kids up, my older kids up from school. They get out at 5. So we picked them up at 5, and I was still just feeling like that. And kind of having a little cramping. About 7 or so, after I got them all settled, they ate and everything, I said, I think we should go in and get checked. So we went in, they checked my water again because that's what I was going in there for. So my doctor wound up actually being the doctor on call that day. We had all the kids with us because we had had it planned prior and they were gone those earlier days, but nothing happened. So I got them back. So we did have all the kids with us. All the girls were with us. And it was just me and Derek. And of course, nobody was available. I was calling everyone. No one was available. So the kids came with us. On the actual exam, it still was saying that it was not my water that had broke. She was like really, really low. So like he could feel the top of her head. But, you know, so he was like, it could be your water. It could just be a really, really slow leak. And that's why we're not detecting it. So they were like, we're going to monitor you. So they had the things on me to monitor, you know, her movement, my contractions, and her heart rate and stuff. And they couldn't get her. They couldn't like find her. And so she kept moving. She kept moving all around. And finally, they were like, okay, we got to at least get 20 minutes of activity on her. So that's what made us be able to stay. And when they did finally get the activity on her, her heart rate was up. And so they rechecked my temperature and I had a fever. So they were saying that, you know, I could have got an infection and that it could actually be that my water is leaking and has been leaking. So they monitored us. And then my doctor was like, you know what, this is enough right now for me to go. I'm going to go on and just admit you. And we'll go on and start Pitocin on you. So this was at about like 8 o'clock now on the 20th. So I called my mom and, you know, told her. She came down and we called my in-laws and asked them if they can come down because I didn't want, my oldest was going to be in there, Naya, she was going to be in the room, but the younger 3 were never planned. I never planned on them being inside of the room. Serena didn't want to be in the room anyway. She did not want to be in there. So I was trying to find someone to come get them because I just didn't want them to be there. So we got admitted probably like about 10 so at night. They wanted to start an IV on me. And the lady had the hardest time finding veins because I had the fever and then I got chills. And so she said like my veins were just like, she couldn't find them. So she poked me 6 times, three times in each arm before she finally got it in. I have some bruises. I don't know if you got bruises and things like that from the IVs, where the lady could not get, she just could not find veins. So finally though, she did get the IV in there and we were able to start me on some fluids, and they wanted me to get at least a full bag of the fluids before they started the Pitocin. And so I did that first. And after that bag was almost finished, they told me they were going to start the Pitocin. My contractions never really still picked up. I'm really terrified of getting an epidural. So I've never gotten an epidural. I had all of the kids natural. And so I just really try to ignore the pain. I try to just block it out, go somewhere else. And so my contractions weren't picking up. But they finally started the Pitocin, probably like about midnight or so. They finally started me on the Pitocin. They wanted to do, they were going to do 2 drops every 30 minutes. So after 30 minutes, they would higher up the dosage, 2 more notches. So they started me at 2 and then went up from there. I believe I made it to 10 drops of Pitocin. That's where they started. And then I started to really get the contractions. At 6:15 in the morning, I finally asked for some pain medicine. I don't remember what it's called, but it goes into an IV. So it goes into your IV. It kind of makes you drowsy and a little like just sleepy out of it. So I got that at 6:15. She came and checked me, first. She said, let me check you first. I was 6 centimeters. I think I took like a really, really quick cat nap. And then I was asking her again, like, okay, no, I think I need more. You can only get the that medicine, that IV medicine, every hour. So she said, let me check you again. It hasn't been an hour yet. You can't get it till 7:15. You're still within the time frame for this, you know, first dosage. So she said, let me check you. She checked me again, and I was 8 centimeters. So I went from 6 to 8 centimeters. Within 15 minutes of her checking me for the 8 centimeters, my water, like, it burst. It broke all the way. And so I told her, like, I feel liquid going down my legs. And so she's like, okay, yeah, your water broke. And then I instantly felt pressure. I did not have to push at all. As soon as I told her, look, I feel pressure, she said, hold on, let me check you. She's like, oh, you're 10 centimeters. Let me call the doctor down. And I was like, nope. I turned to my side, and boop, she came out. So that part went really, really fast. It still, like I said, it still wasn't even 7:15. It wasn't even time for my next dosage of IV. She was born at 7:06. So, yeah, it went really fast. My doctor finally got into the room. So my doctor got to deliver the placenta. That was it. That's pretty much what he came in to do. Since it was my 5th baby, the bleeding was a little heavy. They told me that that's common when you've had multiple kids. So they did have to push a lot on my stomach and things like that to get clots and stuff out. Also, I had a hernia, which I still kind of have. It's going down on my belly button. And they said that's just from the pressure of when I was pregnant. I did tear a little, but the doctor said that it was a really small tear, so it probably would be more of a nuisance to stitch it up than to just let it heal on its own. So I am still healing from that. After she was born, I got a little fever again, so they did keep the IV in me, but they never had to give me antibiotics. They just kept it in just to see. It didn't get super, super high, but I kept a little fever. She was 8 pounds, 11 ounces at birth, 20 inches long. When she first came, we did not have a name. We did not get her name until a couple of hours after she was born. We really were debating on different types of names that we wanted. I really wanted Penelope Rose. That was a name that I wanted from the beginning. But everyone else kind of really didn't like it. Then it started to grow on Derek because he said, well, I can call her Penny, and he liked Penny. So that's kind of what we decided on. But it was either between Penelope Rose or Taylor was going to be her name, or Kennedy. So it's either going to be Penelope, Taylor, or Kennedy. And at the last minute, we were both set on Penelope Rose. We were in the hospital for like 2.5 days, almost 3, because she was really choking bad when she was first born. They had to wind up pumping her stomach because she had swallowed a lot of amniotic fluid. I didn't go with her to get her stomach pumped. I had my mom go because I just could not watch it. But my mom said they pumped out a lot of fluid, and she took a picture and stuff for me, but I didn't even want to look at it. So I don't know exactly how much amniotic fluid she did have, but she did have to wind up getting her stomach pumped the next day. And so then they said her stomach would probably be a little irritated, so she didn't really eat. She was not really eating a lot, so they wanted us to stay until she started to eat more. And then finally she picked up. Now she eats just fine. She hasn't had any more choking spells or any more of that. So that is really good. She passed all her tests in there. So she was not jaundiced at all. She passed her hearing. Now for her 2-week update. So Penny is a mover, as you can see. She likes to move around already, move her head like she's a big girl. Yeah. Yeah, she likes to move around already. She's a little wiggle worm. She's still trying to learn her days from nights. So, you know, that's normal though in the first couple of months. So she sleeps a little more during the day than she does at night. During the day, she's like, leave me alone. I just want to wake up, eat, make sure that I'm dry, don't have no poop on me, and then I'm going back to sleep. But at night, she does want to kind of play and be talked to. What else? She just went to her appointment today, and she's almost back at her birth weight because it is normal for babies to lose a little weight after they are born. And plus, you know, she had to, she wasn't eating that well at the beginning. And now she is 8 pounds, 10 ounces. So she's almost back at her birth weight. 3 days after she was born, they checked her weight again, and she had got down to 8 pounds, 7 ounces, and they said that was still fine. But now she's almost back at her birth weight. So she's 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Yeah, that's pretty much her update. She dreams a lot in her sleep, so she'll do a little smiling and little frowns and stuff while she sleep. But I'll let you guys get like a closer look at her. So there she is. I keep gloves on her because, as you can see, her hands stay by her face, and she already scratched herself up when she was first born a little bit, so I keep mittens on her. But there's little Penny. We're still trying to figure out who exactly she looks like, either me or Daddy. But yeah, she's a little sweetheart. For me, I did have, like, right after I had her, like I stated, I did have a little fever for a while. Even when I got home, I had a couple of fever scares, not feeling too good, but it went away. So thank God for that. It just went away. I didn't have to wind up going back or anything like that. And I've been doing really good. I've been feeling really good. Actually, I've been having a lot more energy. My energy is up. Pregnancy weight, I had got all the way up to 188. My pre-pregnancy weight was 138. That was my pre-pregnancy weight. And so I'm just checking on the baby. She's laying over there. I gained 60 pounds. So I gained 60 pounds in the whole pregnancy. And they had told me that I gained too much weight. So I haven't weighed myself yet. I do not own a scale. I'm not one of those people who likes to jump on a scale a lot. I like to use the way my clothes fit and things like that to keep up with my weight. And then every once in a while, I weigh myself. I don't plan on weighing myself till my 6-week appointment when I go to the doctors and they weigh me. So I don't know how much I weigh now, but I will show you guys my after baby tummy. So this is me in the front. I think Penny got something on me. And this is me from the side. So the kids are like all confused because they think like that there's still a baby in there. And I keep telling them like, no, there's no baby in there. Like, mommy just has to lose some weight. But I am full of stretch marks. So sorry guys, I don't feel comfortable really pulling it all the way up. But maybe one day I'll get over that. But I mean, there's 5 kids in, guys. So bear with me. But yeah, that's so I do have some weight to lose. But other than that, I've been feeling good, having some energy. Only thing I have to worry about now is just that hernia, and it's going away. They said it should go away on its own, and it actually has gone down a lot. Yeah, those are all of our updates. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all of your thoughts, your prayers, your comments, words of encouragement through this whole thing, through the pregnancy, through the delivery, everything. We truly appreciate it. and love you guys all. I really believe that like a lot of you guys just reaching out to me while I was in labor and during the time where I was going into like false labors and things like that, it really did help a lot. Like you guys' suggestions, you guys just checking in on me, just to know that there's people out there other than my close relatives and things like that, that genuinely cared. It actually meant a lot to me, and I know that helped me get through, and it's helping me feel as happy as I feel now. We love all our subscribers, and thank you guys so much for walking with us through this journey of our life. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. I will be doing another update on her. I'll do it every time she has a doctor's appointment. So she goes back to the doctor in 2 months. So yeah, she goes back to the doctor's October 5th. And so I will be doing another update in October on how she's doing. I will do another update on myself when my 6-week checkup comes up. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, check out some more other videos, and be sure to subscribe, tell a friend, like, share, comment, give this video a thumbs up, and thank you guys again. Bye.